Well, I forgot to cover us up. So, hey, welcome to Midday Plays Live. I'm your host, Mindy with Tiffany Mantz. We are here to give you the best props, picks, parlays, whatever you want to say, right? Welcome again to Midday Plays. We are here every Monday through Friday, almost every Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you go ahead and like, subscribe, click on the bell to get the latest notifications there also, because you never want to miss us because, of course, we give you the best picks around. And so Tiffany's going to give us a little same game parlay today in this Monday Night Football game. But before we get to that, what are your thoughts of the NFL here over the weekend? Or should I say, how much did you enjoy spending time with me for 4 days?
Well, that part was amazing. And yesterday, Derek was really confused by why you weren't over.
Like, we need 1 day to recover, don't we?
Yeah.
Maybe?
Well, we tend to always watch NFL Red Zone from the comfort of our own homes and our pajamas. Because usually we're recovering from Thursday Night Football and Friday Night Football and Saturday Night Football.
Yep. Right. Yes. That whole thing.
And then we got to get ready for, we need our beauty sleep for this beautiful show. And even though you really get my beauty sleep on Sunday nights because I always stay up and watch those games. And
I know. I'm the same way. And then I get stuck watching the Holiday Baking Championship till like 3 a.m.
I don't even remember what I turned it to afterwards. But again, I probably didn't even close my eyes till after midnight. So well. And I'll do it all over again today. It's worth it.
Yeah, so I mean, the Chiefs got over their, I guess, hurdle or obstacle of not being able to score in the second half in 3 straight games. So hey, congrats.
Yeah, and I felt like they were maybe a little bit more zippy. I don't know if that's a professional term, but they've just been so sluggish looking, I'm like, and so they look better, but I still feel like they got a lot of work to do. Who do we got today?
This is Whitney. She's got her winter coat on. It is so cold outside. And they sit around and we put peanuts out for the squirrels. So they get it's like a drive-in movie. The squirrels come up to the back deck. They're sitting right there looking.
Watch them.
It's perfect, right? Yeah. And so I don't know. I mean, the Huskers looked pretty terrible as usual. There's one thing that we are good at is leading the nation in turnovers. So gave that one away to Iowa.
Number one.
And so anyway, we got some opening lines here for some college football that actually starts on Friday. I was a little bit surprised. We get 2 games on Friday. We get Oregon and Washington. So you have to be a temporary Washington Huskies fan. They're favored. Oregon's favored by 9.5 right now. It looks like, according to my initial numbers, Oregon looks like they win by about 13. I'm hoping that's not the case, because we live with Washington Husky fans.
But that's okay. I mean, if you can be an underdog in these games.
That is true, right?
And we all know our stats tend to not be the most reliable during playoffs. So
that is true. Right?
Did I say that out loud?
yeah, but I mean, again, though, Michigan is favored by 23.5. So we're hoping for a definite Michigan victory over Iowa for redemption, right? I mean, that's kind of one of those. I mean, but it looks like there's quite a few good games here. I mean, how do you feel about Alabama and in the Iron Bowl against Auburn? Oh, he's getting a little. I mean, how about let's give it away any way we possibly can, Auburn?
Well, some people just don't want to win. That's all there is to it.
Man, I tell ya, I don't get it for sure.
Crazy endings, but as a sports fan, that's the stuff that we live for.
I know. I was like, oh my God, I could not believe that this just happened. And so I texted you and our brother, of course. And he was like, I'm at a basketball game. You have to let me know what's going on. I was like, it was like the biggest epic fail of all time. So I want to say hi to Mr. West there. And we got Mr. Turner.
I got an opinion on that. Hang on.
Yeah. So thanks you guys for joining us again. Make sure you like and subscribe. Let's I'll give a couple of my plays out here real quick. And then Tiffany can go with her Monday Night Football. But I'll give you a couple how about NBA plays here real quick. right?
All right.
There's not much on the slate here today, but looking over, I'll give you a couple of my favorites, some that really stand out. Do you like any totals tonight? What, on NBA? Sure. I like the Pacers going over that 239.5. I mean, usually they're good by about 250, but I have them going into the upper 240s, well, mid 240s. How about that? Otherwise, I like the Jazz under today as well, under 230.5. Those are my two favorite variances on totals. So that's Pacers over, Jazz under. And then he said, hey, I like the Sixers on the money line and the under. I as well have the 76ers under the 231, a variance of 2.3. So again, that's like a 3-point basket difference, but still lean to that way. And Sixers on the money line, perhaps. I'm kind of a big Lakers fan here today. I'm going for the Lakers. But Daryl says, hey, I also like the Pacers first quarter, first half, and over. And should we talk about Ron? I think you also said he likes the Pistons on the money line. Who are the Pistons playing again? I'd have to find it.
The Wizards.
The Wizards. Oh, that's why I couldn't find them. I have the Wizards across the board.
I know.
That's how
I hate when I do that too. I'm like, am I not? What am I doing? And I'm like, oh, wait.
I want to say hi to Ron. Thanks for joining us as well. He's out and about. I'm sure maybe what? Can you go out in Cyber Monday shop, or do you have to shop from home on the computer via Cyber Monday?
As a mid to older age woman, the only way to shop is on the internet. I'm over crowds and I'm over standing in lines.
So Ron says he's going to be a temporary Pistons fan tonight. And then, of course, we have Percent Better. Hey, welcome to the show. He says, hey, I like the Wizards on the money line. That's kind of where I stand today. I like the underdog here a little bit in this one. All right. So those are my favorite. Oh, yeah. A lot of unders in college basketball. I haven't looked at college basketball. I checked it out over the weekend. So I'm going to be working hard on that here this week. We could probably get moving some. I mean, they're still kind of playing a lot of these tournaments. So we'll see. Uh-oh. Did I lose Tiffany? Oh, but she's coming back. I'm going to add her again.
I'm trying to come back, but now I'm like joining from my phone and it's going to be crazy. Died.
That stupid computer. What's going on? Maybe you need to do some Cyber Monday shopping.
I started that a long time ago. I was like Cyber Mondaying in October.
Ron says he needs a new computer, so I'm sure he's going to get that today. Right, Ron?
I just need a new computer cord is what I really need.
Well, that should be an easy fix, right? Get yourself to the Dell store, 20% off Cyber Monday.
Well, again, you think that if the plug fits, it should work, and I feel like that could go in any number of incorrect ways for what I just said. So I apologize for any.
Lord,
anyway.
I apologize. All right, let's take a break from Mindy's picks and let's do some Tiffany's picks. She has the best same game parlays of all time.
Yeah, I had a good week with my same game parlays. I haven't been.
I'm going to say, how did your drunk parlay go for Chiefs Raiders?
I'm still mad about that one because again, I had a 50%. Black Friday booster that I wanted to use, and it was expiring that night for NFL. So I went hog wild on that Chiefs game, and I hit everything except Devontae Adams scoring. And that would have been a big like $500 winner. So I was kind of bummed about that.
Yeah.
But again, all the Chiefs fans were mad. I was rooting for Devontae Adams, including myself. But I was like, just get in the dang end zone.
Right.
Like, I'm not asking for the world.
Exactly.
That one didn't work out, but I had a nice hit on that 49ers game. So I had a good weekend overall betting.
Yeah. See, I was, I had everything on, teetering on the Ravens if they were going to get a win, right? I had the Ravens on the money line. And so I'm like, I'm going to hedge some of these. So I'm going to take the Chargers live at plus 9.5. So when Zay Flowers scored that touchdown with like a minute left when he had no business doing it, totally screwed me. And I was still mad about that one too. Because I was like, I'm gonna get both of these.
Yeah.
Look at Mindy's like so smart, and then boom, loses by half a point. All right. So what do you got for this
when
game?
that happens? Yeah. So today, I'm excited about this game. I really am a fan of the Pasternaut, and I will never get tired of saying that, even though it's kind of dorky. But I don't know. Like, for some reason, I am just rooting for the guy. I really think he's got so much potential. I love seeing him. And so with that, I am actually my first leg. I'm taking him combined 225 for passing.
Now I can't think of the Pasternaut. Dobbs.
Yes, Dobbs, the combined 225 yards. He's averaging 40 yards running and 215 passing since he's been at Vikings. And I think we all know that he really is just kind of, getting his legs underneath him there too, considering he didn't even know the other players' names that first game he played. So I think that he's going to continue to, do better and get better. So I like that one, the plus 225 yards. Justin Fields is back after his thumb injury. I'm taking him at over 39.5 rushing. Again, with that thumb injury, well, he runs anyway, but he might be rushing a little bit more. And I'm also taking him for a passing touchdown. In every game that he's completed, he's had a passing touchdown. So I think that will kind of continue to today. And I think that because, again, I think this game's going to go over. Our stats show it over. In my parlay, I kind of tease that a little bit, as Mindy would say. I think that's probably the real term, but I like to make up my own words. Anyway, so I actually picked that at over 30. So I put that at over 35.5 with the alternate line, just because in the parlay, I feel like I can give myself a little bit of wiggle room.
Sure.
I also am taking the Vikings over. The Vikings at a plus 6.5. Again, I think they're going to win this outright. I could bet it on the money line, but again, I like the little extra protection.
Sure.
And what I kind of like for my kind of long shot, and really, I don't think it's a long shot. I got Addison for plus 3 receptions. He's averaging 4 of 6 targets with Josh Dobbs. And I'm also taking him as an anytime scorer. The Bears have the second most passing touchdowns allowed. And with Jefferson still out, I think he's going to continue. He's always been a shining star, but I think this week's his week. He hasn't had a touchdown with Dobbs yet, but I think it's time. I think that's what happens when these defenses kind of cover the other guys a little heavier. It opens him up. So I think that this is going to be his week to go off.
Cool. Gotcha.
And so if I put all those things together, it gives me that magic number plus 600, and my 50% booster gets to plus 900, which is my favorite because that's a $10 gets you an even $100. And I don't want to mess with all that change.
Right. Exactly. Hey, I like it. Plus, again, I always think that Addison is better than Osborne. So, I know.
Yeah. And really, he's got 20% of Dobbs' target share already. He just hasn't been in the end zone yet. And so I think against the Bears defense, it's going to happen.
The Bears.
The
Bears. Well, I like it. Hey, I got it down. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 legs. Easy money. Yeah. For sure.
Easy $100.
And Ron said, I knew you were pissed. Yes, I'm always pissed most of the time. My mom always called me meanie, so I always try to turn my frown upside down, right, when it comes to betting and stuff. But want to say hi to Jimmy. Haven't seen Jimmy in a while. Daryl says, hey, let's just get to hockey. Well, we'll get to that here in just a second. Let's just say hi to everyone else. Ron, what is up? Ron has had like a pretty darn good week, if I recall. I saw him up on the leaderboard chasing Tiffany, Tiffany chasing Ron. It was kind of that way a couple days. So good work, Ron. Nice job.
I like it.
And then, we want to say hi to JJ, which always reminds me of my little black cat. Merry holidays. We always enjoy the holidays. Like we're a big, family-oriented family. That didn't make any sense, but you know what I mean? Like we're pretty close, and we do enjoy hanging out with each other's company. My aunt and uncle were in from Kansas City over the weekend for Thanksgiving, along with my uncle that lives here in town. And so we had, a big holiday weekend. So it was great. We appreciate that. We got to do lots of fun stuff. And
Well, it's nice because we come from a long line of sports fans too. So like the holidays are always great for.
They pretty much like to just harass us full time about the Huskers. That's all I got is all of those.
Yeah,
oh my God, the Huskers. Yeah.
But we have things to talk about that don't involve, anything controversial.
Right. Exactly. All right. So Daryl says, what are your opinions on the Rangers, the Bruins, the Senators, and the Sharks? Oh my goodness. This is a lot of work for me to handle here. All right. So
get your paper out.
Get your pens and your papers. All right. So I really like the Senators today on the money line. It's probably one of my faves. Also like the Golden Knights on the money line. I know some folks out there were like, that one looks like a tough one. I'll bring up their comments here in a second. If I take the Sharks, I would go ahead and take the Sharks on the puck line. I do like the Capitals on the money line. They hit all of those variance buckets for me. Actually, if you take a look at all of these big money lines that are, say, over 200 to 300 minus odds, those are hitting at about a 65% clip. So you would be making money if you played those all the time, just because that variance is high enough for you to win about, $2 if you bet 10 on each of those over the last couple weeks.
Every penny counts.
Yeah. So again, like I love the Senators on the puck line, but again, that's minus 230. I think they win this one outright. And he said, how about over? I kind of tend to lean a little bit to the under. It is one of those that I could buy it, say, to 7, and you could, buy it down to 6. I mean, I think that we're that kind of close in this one here for sure. And want to say hi to Darren here, checking us out live. Oh, Ron's coming back with some basketball because he came in late. I'm shocked the Clippers are favors over the Nuggets. Harden finally showing up. Give me the Nuggets. Well, I have the Clippers, so whatever. Here's where it is. Daryl said, hey, the Avs could win, and the Golden Knights game is tricky. I don't know. I mean, I don't feel like this is tricky. It's one of my better variances on the day. The Golden Knights coming out on top on this one. Also, like the Golden Knights, I tend to like this one to go over the 6 here today. So yeah, Daryl said, hey, I'm with you, Mindy. I like the Clippers on the money line. Whatever, Ron. Whatever. And then JJ comes back and says, hey, I like the Nuggets +5. So what are we all going to do here? Should we take we'll take the Clippers on the money line and then the Nuggets +5 and we all win? Maybe
That's what I was going to say. I was like, you can all win these bets. Like, you just got to.
We just have to find the middle ground. We have to find
There's a window. Yes. We can all win.
Yeah. So Juan is here. Good to have you. Yo, what's up? And then Ron's coming back and saying, still more basketball. Pacers cover over Trailblazers for sure. I don't know about that over though. And it's kind of where I'm sitting. Like I have the Trailblazers kind of covering. But again, it's not like one of my favorite plays of the day, right? More than likely the Pacers go ahead and get that done. And Ron said, we had snow over the weekend. I thought that, because that's why a lot of our family left early because we just kind of got a dusting, like an inch of snow or so, I would say. But he said he had lots of snow. I watched Iowa State play there in Manhattan. That was crazy. They had about 6 inches of snow on the ground. And I feel so bad for those guys. Like, they don't wear anything on their arms. And I would just feel like I would have like full-time frostbite. I don't know.
I just don't understand how their skin doesn't just split open when it's freezing and then you take a helmet like your frozen arm, but whatever.
But that's a game where you feel nothing if you win, but you feel really, really bad when you lose. But yeah, my aunt and uncle, they are K-State fans. They hate KU, just saying. But we have a lot of friends around here that are Iowa State fans. Want to say hi to Latifa. Hey, what's up? Latifa. Hopefully you enjoyed your weekend there as well. Ron Crawford said, hey, I even like the Bruins on the puck line. So you can go ahead and take a look at that one there as well. Daryl says, hey, I like the Senators money line and the over. And then he's like, okay, I'm going to definitely go ahead and take the Senators now. And Latifah is definitely going to be taking the Senators. I am sure of that for sure. For sure. But Werner, he kind of agrees with me. I kind of like the Sabres on the puck line today. Do kind of agree with that. Werner also said, hey, I like the Panthers, the Avs, and VGK. So yes, I like the Golden Knights for sure. Panthers, I don't see them on my sheet. So I'm going to say I don't have the Panthers. And Latifah says, hey, let's go back to the 76ers and Pelicans. And Ron says, hey, I'll bring it up in a second. My favorite game. Pelicans.
Yeah.
Jazz, Pelicans over. All right, you guys, that's a lot of good work. We appreciate you guys coming in and hanging out with us for a little while. I think we got tons of plays here in the NBA and in the NHL, and of course, Tiffany's stellar same game parlay. Josh Lauer, he said, hey,
awesome.
He said, hey, I'm happy to report my 13 team parlay hit Sunday, 25 for 18, 630. Congrats, Josh. I mean, I know you used to put all of your plays in, live, and I know you've hit quite a few and was like, one or two legs. So congrats. That is awesome.
That's awesome.
For sure. I did see that you put that on one of the comments in the videos, and I hit the like button there for you. So I appreciate that. I was impersonating Tony. And Latifah says, yes, Ottawa for sure. Good, because, I need to make sure Latifah's on my side. And he says, I'm trying to stay in the Discord to see what happens. +7 units yesterday, dropped all my plays. Awesome. We appreciate you guys in the Discord for sure. It looks like you guys have been making a lot of winning plays, and that is pretty awesome. And yeah, everyone says congrats. I mean, I think Josh maybe owes us like lunch or something, sending us all pizza, right? Daryl Turner says, what about the Avalanche? I'm not really a fan today. Just going to say. I don't know. I'm going to say I'm not going to probably take the Avs today. But again, I've been known to be wrong once or twice, or maybe like 45% of the time.
I was going to say about 40% of the time. That's okay.
Do you like Iowa and Michigan under this Saturday? I did not look at the total. Should I do that real quick? I think I still have it up here on my phone. So it's
that's the one people
Michigan
me about all week.
35.5. No, I mean Michigan's gonna score like 50. I mean, that's just the way it's going to be. I'm going to take the over on that one. I mean, Iowa's probably not going to score. They're just not. I mean, they're not good. And again, I don't know why, the Huskers didn't blitz that new quarterback more. But I think Michigan's not going to allow that. They're not going to get away without rushing the quarterback full time. I mean, Michigan is going to score a ton and whoop up on Iowa. The final score might be something like 89-3. Sad.
I like it. I'm gonna say that they're gonna put like their senior bench warmers in, and Iowa's gonna score one touchdown in the fourth quarter.
Right. I mean, it's gonna be bad. Like it's probably the most lopsided game out there. Again, like I said, my sheet, it's the big 92% chance of winning. They're ranked 1. Iowa's 36. Season against the spread, though, Michigan has a hard time covering. They are 36% against the spread. This is probably one I'm not going to play just because it's so high. And that's the thing that you deal with these, high spreads. And then Iowa, of course, they cover 66% of the chance. 66% of the time they cover. But like Ron said, Michigan here will score 35 themselves easily. Yeah,
I agree.
All right. Hey, I'm excited for this Bears game. What are you making me for dinner?
I got some chili and some hot dogs. Make a chili dog.
I like chili dogs. This is going to be amazing. Still got some of that zing zang so I can get some little red beer with my chili dog?
Absolutely.
All right. I'll bring the chips. All right.
Good.
Hey, you guys, thanks again for joining us. Make sure you go ahead and like, subscribe, click on the bell to get the latest notifications. Also, make sure that you get over to Tony's site right now, tonyspicks.com, where you can find the best picks from the best cappers. You can find a 7-pack from me. Is that right?
Did he get his
5-pack
40
from me, a 3-pack from Tiffany, and I'm sure like a 1,000,000-pack from Ron Crawford.
Did he get a 40,000 yet?
Yes, Tony
Nice.
is up to like 40,038.
Awesome.
So that would be like, according to Derek, he would just be 44.0K or 40.0K, not 44. But yes. So again, you guys make sure you get there. If you're having any trouble, I mean, Josh Flower obviously is not having any trouble with his plays right now. But if you are struggling and you need a little bit of advice from some of us folks that do handicapping full time for a living, where we do all the hard work for you, make sure you go ahead and get to tonyspicks.com. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout. It is exclusive to you guys that watch the shows. So make sure you get that 20% off as well. Any last words there, Miss Tiffany?
Nope. Just have a great day, everybody. I'm glad to be back.
All right. Take care. We'll see you guys tomorrow.